Right. Now, over the last 40 years, BMW have produced some of the most iconic sports cars. Not much more iconic than this, the BMW E30.
This particular one is a BMW 325i, a symphony of boxy retro goodness from a standout car of this automotive era. This was probably the closest that anyone in the UK could get to replicate an E30 M3 with right-hand drive. But this had something that the M3 didn't, the right amount of cylinders.
Now, I've said this car's got a bigger engine. Let's find out what it's actually got. You get this nice retro style hood on these. It's just a nice little touch. But with this, you get 168 brake horsepower, 6-cylinder, naturally aspirated engine fitted to this. It's a proper M car engine, effectively. Saying that, the M3 of this generation has a naturally aspirated inline-4 producing 200 bhp. This 6-cylinder, 168 bhp, a more typical BMW engine. Now, they opted for the inline-4 on the M3, mainly for weight distribution. This front end in this car is quite heavy. You'll see it on the drive, it's quite noticeable. Now, that makes it loads of fun. The rear end's unsettled, but on an M3, it's all about balance.
Now, it's probably worth mentioning that the M3 had a 4-cylinder for motorsport reasons as well. But that's enough about that. Let's get back to the car in question.
Let's take it for a drive, see where it actually goes like. The actual thrill that this car gives people, and it would have given people back in the 90s as well. Proper straight 6. I haven't even driven the E30 M3, but I don't want to anymore. Well, I do, but this is definitely the better sounding one. You can't tell me any inline-4 sounds better than a BMW straight 6. I know it said the front end's quite heavy and the rear end does step out, but that is mainly in the wet, to be honest with you. If you're pretty, confident with this car, it's got an LSD as well, so it's all controllable. But it just goes so well, and it's fun, it's easy, and I am in love with it. In the interest of honesty, this car isn't completely standard. You'll see in some interior pictures, it's got bits of carbon, a few gauges and stuff added as well. A lightened flywheel, Bilstein suspension, and a closer ratio diff, so the top end isn't quite as high, but you do get loads of low end power, and it just feels so racy, so on point, but pure analog at the same time. This is you, the car, and the road, and there's nothing better. This car does feel front heavy, there's no two ways about it, but the price difference, I don't think it's one to really complain about. Plus, all cars were mental at that time. Everything had a big front heavy engine. Think of like the Capris and stuff like that, and if you're going to die in something, surely you'd rather be in this. Hopefully I've got across on video how impressive this car is. I'm looking forward here, and I can see a lot of rain. Let's hope it keeps out for the drive, but if not, I'll see you all in the afterlife.